Morbilis, look! An email from Mr. Gyrus, my old high school teacher. Dear David, I heard you are taking art at Sheridan, and I hope you're doing well. Aw. I was wondering if you'd be interested in guest lecturing the class this week on the importance of art and design principles.
It is the year 2005, and I was...
Sorry. It was the year 2005. I was on a special mission. It's weird going back to your high school, but it's even weirder talking to these kids as though you were a responsible adult with any kind of experience. So there I was, to tell them about all the shit I learned in yearbook class and how it was super helpful in college. Yearbook was a class offered only to grade 12 students, but I demanded to be involved. I made my case to the instructor and insisted that I had dye lines in my bloodlines and was the only OAC admitted to the course. OAC doesn't exist anymore, but think of it as an optional grade 13. Now, I had to convince them I was there because I really wanted to do boring yearbook work, like, sure, I love laying out shit in Adobe InDesign, whatever that is. Kerning, slow down, you're getting me all hot and bothered. The truth is there was only one reason I wanted to be in yearbook: the cover. Every yearbook we'd had up until then had the same fucking yearbook-ass looking yearbook cover, where it's like blue magic eye pages and like cherished memories or whatever. Thankfully, everyone hated doing the cover, and it was a struggle to find someone to do it each year. And everyone said, "Hey Dave, you draw shit, you should do the cover." And I said, "Yeah." Kind of like how everyone said, "Hey Dave, you draw shit, you should go to art school." And I said, "Yeah." And that was working out great. However, when it came time to do the cover, someone else had the same idea as me. Let's call him Kenneth. Kenneth was muscular, he was good-looking, and popular, and a jock. To a scrawny, four-eyed basement dweller like myself, he was pure fucking evil, and he stood in the way of the one thing I had going for me. Mr. Gyrus, unable to decide who was better suited, chose to have us both do our covers in their entirety, and then judge them and declare a winner. Pitted against each other, we raced to the finish, and I knew he resented me as much as I did him. But then, the day of judgment came. One would stand, one would fall. I emerged victorious, and I thought, fuck you, Kenneth. This is one thing you can't have. Now, there was this girl in yearbook who was beautiful and talented and funny, and told me, "I think you're really special, and we should get to know each other." But I was involved. So Kenneth was like, "You know what? I think you're special." And then they dated. And he was all, "Hey, you may have the yearbook cover, but I have the girl." And I was like, "Hey man, I already have a girlfriend. You know, the one who lives in Texas. So you know that's gonna work out. Who's laughing now?" And of course, Kenneth also took art fundamentals, and I would see him and his hot girlfriend around Sheridan all the time. So I won, and my terrible, almost anime piece of shit art that I entirely regretted was smeared all over everyone's high school memories. And here I was like a deer caught in the headlight of an oncoming 18-wheeler of embarrassment driven by my own denial, telling people 2 years younger than me that they too could be successful art students, if only they had the determination to pay $3,000. Well, it's important to keep in mind the principles of design, like Gestalt, and its proximity, which is part of Gestalt, obviously. Now, I should point out that public speaking is not a problem for me, but when I got in front of that class, I could tell not one of them believed my shit for a second. I actually saw Mr. Gyrus with this look on his face like, "Where are you going with this, man?" More than once, and I spent my walk home in shock. Like, what the hell did I just do? What did I learn in Fundies so far? It was at this point I felt less like an artist than ever before. I didn't leave my childish life behind and rebuild myself as the man I'd always wanted to be. I was letting myself get distracted by making sure I update every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and breaking my 2-to-1 average in Counter-Strike. And I still didn't feel that sense of community I was expecting from college. I mean, everyone in class was super nice, we just didn't really do anything. I just didn't feel like I knew anybody, and I never felt like I was making a difference. But I probably just wasn't paying attention.